So, we're a little less than a week out from the fights. How are you feeling now?
I feel really good. You know, it obviously feels good to win. So to come back to the gym and, you know, just get a little rest time and to recoup and think about the fight, I feel good. I have some pre-fight injuries that I can take care of. In the fight, I didn't get any injuries, but it's just taking care of my body now, getting some rest time before the next fight. It felt really short. I had fought, obviously, on the CES 50 card, so going from one fight right into the next fight, it felt really short. The fight came up really quick. It felt good. There was no, I feel like we didn't focus really on anything specific. It was more just getting sharper and getting more confident with throwing punches and being able to take the fight anywhere, really.
But what were your thoughts like going about your opponent going into the fight? What did you kind of expect her to really be defensive on the ground and try to hold you down?
I thought that I would keep the fight standing a little longer. She felt like she didn't really want to get close in any sort of a range. So as soon as I was able to kind of get a hold of her, I had noticed that she didn't have great grappling. She had a fight back in May and she lost relatively quickly in the first round to a submission. So I knew that her grappling wasn't great. So if it got there, that I was pretty confident that I could finish the fight. But, I mean, yeah, I wanted it to stay on the feet, but she really wanted no part. I wasn't engaging like I really wish I would have. So I think as soon as I was able to close the distance, I just took it down to the ground.
What was like going through your mind during that kind of, that first round?
When I first got there, I was kind of like, all right, I need to figure out a way to posture. I could hear my coaches saying, peel the elbow, but I just wasn't reacting that way. I think I was more trying to stay busy. I was putting my hands on the mat, kind of trying to readjust. And at one point I was able to get inside bicep control, but then was kind of around the head and she wrapped up around my head. So it was hard for me to get space. She had like a high guard and a high, you know, grab. So there wasn't much for me to do. It's definitely a learning lesson for me, you know, that, you know, next time I fight, if I'm in that situation, I need to work on how I can posture and pass and be explosive in that situation. But it was like I was wasting energy, I guess, trying to just keep busy when maybe if I did less, I could have got stood up or something like that.
So what was kind of the difference going on?
I think the most important thing was that I needed to pass. I needed to make sure I didn't end up settling in a guarded position and the same thing happening again. So I landed a double, and I think I knew when I landed that double I needed to make sure that I passed. So I ended up in half guard and was there a little bit, peppered with a few punches, and then was able to get a full pass and then go to mount. And then mount, I was able to wrap it up and finish with the elbows. I definitely want to get on the next CES card. I know there's one in November, I believe. I know they're having one in Philly or in New York, wherever they are. But their next one locally, I definitely would like to get on. I'll take the rest of the summer to kind of relax, sharpen a few things, make a few adjustments on the ground and on standing, and then hopefully get back in the cage sooner rather than later.
Any final thoughts or shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I just want to thank my coaches, Tom Hafers, Matt Martin. They are the backbone to me. They help me get better every day, and they show up every day. Nick Isofano is my lead training partner. He shows up day in and day out when I need him. He's not someone who can get in here all the time. And just all my sponsors, they know who they are. I'm grateful for all them and having, you know, my back as a professional. So they've been around as an amateur, so now to have them behind me is really great. And all my teammates, too.